Hit. It's driven by the John Deere tractors at Mississippi Ag. Visit agup.com to find a retail location near you.
Let's go.
Oh, good morning, good morning. In this segment, we're going to go ahead, best text on any of our topics. It's National Philly Cheesesteak Sandwich Day. Compliments of Roosevelt's at Live Oaks. We're going to give away a one-night stay at Golden Moon Casino and a round of golf for two. Compliments of Pearl River Resort, Golden Moon Casino. You want it, come get it. Mississippi Ag text line, 601-885-3776. One-night stay at the Golden Moon Casino, round of two. Certificate for 2 rounds of golf at award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, the Azaleas in the Oaks. Jump in. The Mississippi Ag John Deere Tractor text line is 601-885-3776. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Our guests join us on the Modelo guest line. Great beer, Modelo. Enjoy a Modelo this afternoon on the back porch or patio. Super delicious beer as you get ready for some SEC baseball this weekend. We want to welcome in Brad Henderson, great player at Ole Miss, and now the Ole Miss baseball color analyst, coming off a sweep over the Auburn Tigers. Brad joins us on the Modelo guest line. Brad, how was calling your first SEC series?
Well, anytime you get a sweep, it's a great weekend, but it was good to get back to the field, to Swayze with, a packed house, really, and the atmosphere. But it makes it a lot sweeter when you win all three, for sure.
How about Gunnar Hoagland? I mean, what a phenomenal performance on Friday night to win a game 1-0. Talk about the way he was dealing on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, Gunnar he's been good all year, and he went 8 shutout innings, and I think the key there was in the 7th inning, his bases loaded, nobody out, and he struck out the side. And, I mean, he was just phenomenal, and it kind of set the tone for the weekend. And, credit Auburn starter, Cody Greenhill. He had pitched out of some jams too, but obviously the freshman Calvin Harris comes in there in the 8th and hits a home run, and we win 1-0, and the weekend's off and rolling.
Well, all right, all three pitch. Well, here's the $100,000 question. Do you expect Mccance back in Tuscaloosa this weekend?
Yeah, I think Doug's going to pitch Saturday, which I think is a huge morale boost. Just to see him run back out there. He, my question is, when will the fatigue set in? Because he hasn't been live in several weeks now. But yeah, he's going to start on Saturday, and as long as he can go, I feel like the pitch count's really not going to be an issue. It's really going to be how long can he go endurance wise? Just simply because he's thrown some bullpens, but it's just not the same as facing live hitters, and then obviously on the road for an SEC opponent.
Okay, so Mccance back. So they'll go Hoagland, Mccance, Diamond. McDaniel pitched where? Where does that leave McDaniel, Brad?
Well, I think obviously they're going to use him in that pen, and I'm just guessing it would be planned for Saturday in case Doug can't get you 6 or 7 innings. And then if they don't, obviously he'll go back to that midweek starter role. But I think he will definitely throw a couple of innings this weekend where needed. And also the addition of Max Chofie. He's going to make the trip. He had a meniscus surgery a few weeks back, and he's been throwing bullpens as well. And in the postgame last night, Mike said he will make the trip. So obviously at this point in the season, if you make the trip on an SEC weekend, because the numbers are limited on who can travel, then you've got to be able to help and produce. I think that's a huge get for Ole Miss too, because he's such a staple
Sure.
in those close games out of the bullpen. So, you know, we're going to get to plug a few more bullets in our gun this weekend, which obviously helps Ole Miss tremendously.
Brad Henderson, Ole Miss baseball color analyst. He joins us on the Modelo guest line. Rebs coming off a sweep over Ward M Eagle, and then they head to T-Town this weekend for 3. It's going to be Hoagland, Mccance, Diamond. That's where Brad's going for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, Brad, are you – okay, starting pitching has been really, really good. At times elite and excellent. They've proven that they can rake at times. Are you, or how concerned are you with continuing to develop the bullpen?
Well, I don't know that it's developing. And we talked about this with Coach last night, and it's because of COVID, so many guys came back. And so many guys like Forsythe going into last night's game with UCA, he had only thrown 3 1/3 innings through the first, 20 games. Last year, he had 5 saves through 17 games. So,
wow.
Coach talked about getting those core guys, the guys you're really going to depend on, more innings, being more dependent on those guys rather than just running some guys out there, maybe some younger guys that don't have a lot of experience, trying to get them innings. We're at the point now where you've got to have that core bullpen, which is going to be Miller, Chofie, Broadway, Kimbrell. There's going to be that 6 or 7 that you're going to go to in certain situations rather than maybe just throwing some guys out there to get them some experience. And, again, that just goes back to the numbers are so big right now that they're going to have to dial that in and get those guys more innings, even if that means some other guys, don't get those innings.
Okay.
But, do I worry about the bullpen? No. It just we're just going to have to go to that core unit like a quote-unquote normal season when you've got X amount on your roster. And I know that's kind of Mike's focus right now is to get those guys in the game when they need to be in the game and not worry so much about some other guys just so they can log some innings.
Okay. Well, so that makes sense. Brad Henderson on the Modelo guest line talking Ole Miss baseball. What, we talked about Hoagland and McDaniel Diamond. They looked great. You may go with Mccance here, but what jumped out at you? Give me another takeaway from the weekend that.
Well, to me, it was the bottom of that lineup. And yes, Mccance factors into that. Calvin Harris, another true freshman, obviously hit the big home run on Friday, but he had a huge double on Saturday, two RBI double on Saturday. You're getting production now, 1 through 9. Yeah, do they want to be more consistent? Would you like to have 8 or 9 guys hitting 300? Sure, but it's more about getting, what's that batting average with runners on third and less than 2 outs, or what are you doing with runners in scoring position? And they got that last weekend. Friday was a typical pitcher's duel, but Saturday we banged out double-digit hits. Sunday, obviously, we scored 14 runs early, 19 total. And it was a collective team effort where you're not so heavy on expecting Graham and Elko to anchor it all. There just wasn't an easy out this weekend, and I think it put a lot of pressure on Auburn.
Brad Henderson on the Out of Bounds show. What's going to lead the team? Is it going to be starting pitching, period, into discussion, or is it going to be hitting? What's going to drive them to where they want to go?
It's starting pitching.
Okay.
It's starting pitching. And obviously pitching, defense, and timely hitting win ball games. But as well as I do, Bo, when you get to this league, it's all about the arms. And you look at the 5 teams that are ranked in the top 5 in a lot of these polls. Well, Kellum and I read a stat last night. Ole Miss is 4th in the nation in, I believe it was strikeouts, Well, we're also fourth in the SEC.
That's incredible.
So it just shows you how tough this league is, and it's going to hinge on how far that starting pitching can take us. And when you get two of your studs back in Mccance and Hoagland, and then you throw in Derek Diamond, who's been really good on that Sunday roll, you got to like your chances going into every game.
Brad, yeah, no, I'm with the Brad Henderson on the Out of Bounds show. Do you think that they'll stay with? Okay, let's say Mccase's back, healthy, everything's going right. Do you think they'll flip it again, or do you think they'll stay with Hoagland, Mccance, Diamond?
No, and this was predetermined before Doug got hurt, that they were going to make this move simply because Coach B wanted to go right, left, right on a weekend, and not let an offense get settled in with a lineup, where we were going left, right, right. And again, I've said it before, I think all three of those guys are interchangeable. I don't know that we have Gunnar may be, he may be setting himself apart now just simply because of the outings he's had lately. But going into the season, I don't know that we had a true Friday, Saturday, Sunday guy. I think you had three guys you could run out there on Friday, and that's the luxury they've had. Now, Derek, a couple of weekends, wasn't as sharp as he has been. Monroe and Belmont, he didn't get those 5-6 innings of work, but I thought last weekend he went 6 innings, didn't give up a run. I thought he was as good as we've seen him. So it's again, obviously it's a luxury for that Ole Miss staff to be able to go to those guys, and then they've got, and then I think Broadway's been really good in that closer role. So they're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, which they need to at this point in the season. We're 21 games in. So, once everybody kind of knows their role and what's expected, then you can just go out and play.
Sure. Is Mccance a future star?
I think he's got a shot. I really do. I knew going into the season they were really high on him. There just wasn't anywhere to put him. You certainly weren't going to start him over Chatagnier.
No.
And, he came in as a shortstop, and Gonzalez has showed what he can do there. So he's pretty much going to play there the next 2 or 3 years, however long he's here. But once Chatagnier went down and TJ got his shot, then it was hard to keep him out of the lineup. So then you start seeing him some in the outfield, and they've moved him around on the infield. So, yes, especially against right-handers, he's been really good. And the thing that I think has impressed me the most is his approach at the plate. He's got a really quick bat, but everybody at this level does. But his awareness is beyond his years, because he'll go up there and he'll take pitches he's supposed to take. You don't see a lot of erratic swings at balls in the dirt or balls in his eyes. He's got an approach, and it works. And he's just a humble kid. He's just a good kid. So, yes, do I think he can be a star? Sure I do. I think he needs to put on a little weight, get a little stronger, He looks about 180 pounds to me, and I think when he leaves here he can be 200 pounds and just a little bit stronger. But, that'll come. He's still young. So, yeah, I think the kid's got a bright future at Ole Miss, and but a lot of it's because he's just got a good head on his shoulders.
He is Brad Henderson, part of the Ole Miss Baseball Network. He joins us on the Modelo guest line. Ole Miss takes on Alabama this weekend. They'll travel to Tuscaloosa, and we feel like Mccance will be back and starting on Saturday. Hoagland will take it on Friday. Peyton Chatagnier, what a player. Back, as you mentioned, healthy. So we had some fun with this, Brad. Peyton Chatagnier sounds like a 5-star James Beard chef in Napa Valley. You see where I'm going?
Yeah. He's, I mean, if you're around the kid every day, just the energy, positive energy, and I saw this last year. I'll go back to the fall of last year when he was a true freshman. It's his first fall, and he's out there singing with the music in between innings is just as loud as he can. And I thought either this kid's just a nutbag or this kid's really something special. And he is. And we missed him. And although we won a lot of games while he was gone, there's just a energy that this team feeds off of when Peyton's in the lineup. And talent-wise, I mean, he's not a big kid, but I mean, he's as good a right-handed hitter as I've seen, and he's perfect in that leadoff spot. And you know, he's just a fan favorite and just a joy to be around. And it's going to be fun watching him play at least one more year. But yeah, when Peyton goes, this team goes.
Yeah, no, he's the guy. He puts pressure on the defense right out of the gate, and he pops off the screen. So it's going to be fun to watch him continue to develop and mature. Blake, do you have a question? Brad Henderson with the Ole Miss Baseball Network. He joins us on the Modelo guest line. You're listening to Out of Bounds.
Yeah,
Blake?
Brad, you know how much a grind a 30-game SEC season is and how important it is to steal games where you can get them. So getting 3 against Auburn at home to start, that's huge because it allows you to maybe make a mistake down the road potentially because you're going to play elite teams. What you don't want to do is give one back. You go to Alabama, who I think is good, better than they have been, but not in the SEC elite. But they put 16 runs up on Arkansas against their Friday night starter, won 16-1 in Baum Walker. What's Ole Miss looking at, and how do the Rebels at least secure that series win on the road, if not 2 straight sweeps, which would be incredible to start SEC play?
Well, you know as well as I do, it's hard to win on the road, number one. And it goes back to that sweep because inevitably they're not going to play well on a weekend, and they're going to lose a game. They're going to lose games that they probably shouldn't lose. But yes, I mean, obviously you can see that the offensive firepower that Alabama had Friday night against a really, really good Arkansas team. So, you know, to go in there and say you're going to sweep, or you still have to go back, I think, because this league is so tough, is you got to win your home games. You got to win your home series, and you can't get swept on the road. And obviously Ole Miss doesn't have that mind. They're going there to win 3 games, but it all starts Friday night with Gunnar, and I think if he could set the tone on Friday like he did last Friday, it opens up the weekend. I still think if you can take 2 on the road, that you would take that all day long, you know. But again, you just don't know. Alabama, they just need 2 pitchers to throw well, and they've got a shot to win the series, you know, and or get hot. It's a crazy game, and if you hadn't played it, it's hard to understand it because it just takes one good arm to shut you down on one night, or just, you know, like last Friday, you get 6 or 7 guys who are hot, and you just can't get them out. There's nothing you can do, and you've lost the opening night of the series. So, you know, I don't – they're certainly going down there to win 3 games, but it's just awfully tough in this conference, especially on the road.
Was it different this weekend? I know we started with that, but a little bit more of a – I mean, you missed it because of COVID last year. So the buzz, the feeling at Swayze – going into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, was it different?
Yeah, it was a lot different. I can't remember. I want to say Friday there was maybe – and it was cool Friday night. It was cold. I shouldn't even say cool. It was cold Friday night. And, you know, there was 7 or 8,000 plus, and then Saturday was 10 plus, Sunday 9 plus, and makes a huge difference, you know, and – at these venues, especially in the state of Mississippi, when people show up at Southern Miss or in Starkville, it makes a huge difference. And just the adrenaline that these kids get, you know, and it's not – yeah, it gets loud in crucial times, you know, you need a big strikeout. It gets loud, and the fans obviously contribute. But I just think that when those kids run out there and instead of – 1,700 that were there opening, you know, the first weekend we opened. Now you got 10,500 there. It's a huge difference, and you feed off that as a player. And the town had the buzz back. You know, I went to dinner on the square after Saturday's win, and you could just feel it. Everybody's wearing Ole Miss baseball gear and talking about the game. And, this is what you come to the SEC for, and this is what you come to Ole Miss for, is for weekends like this. So, yes, it was just a tremendous, tremendous atmosphere in Oxford.
I love it. Swayze was rocking. Where'd you go eat Saturday night?
I went to Boo Ray's.
God, I love that place.
Yeah, it was great.
What'd you have?
I had the pimento cheeseburger.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was pretty salty. It's pretty good.
Nice. All right, well,
yeah.
I don't know how many will be at Tuscaloosa in the stadium, Brad. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. We're spoiled. In
right.
Mississippi, we're spoiled. We were spoiled this past weekend. Obviously, Duty Noble's going to be rocking with Arkansas coming to town this weekend. So we take for granted sometimes, how spoiled we are and how good we've got it in this state as far as, fan attendance and support. And, when I played at Alabama, it just wasn't the same atmosphere. And obviously, they're a football school, and now they may be a basketball school. But, it helps, too, when you've got a team in the top 5, people are going to show up. And, we'll have some fans travel, which will be great, and I hope the atmosphere is good. But, again, it's just so tough on weekends on the road. But, we play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the team's leaving today. They'll work out tonight there in Tuscaloosa and get ready to go tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Brad gets Sunday off. Is that okay, Blake?
Yeah, that's.
Or should we make him call another game somewhere?
We'll have him do a podcast.
Do not call me Sunday. Do not call me Sunday.
I wanted to mention this to you, Brad, and you can speak. So in 2019, Alabama averaged 9,000 attendance through 3 games through an SEC weekend. Ole Miss averaged 27,000 through a 3-game stretch.
How about that?
Yeah. So, but it's still, it's a lot of that, if the weather's nice, which right now it looks kind of iffy. Big chance of rain tomorrow there. Another big chance on Saturday. So obviously they'll have to dodge some of that. And, whether there's a doubleheader in there, that those are all still on the table. But I expect if the weather's good, that's still 3,000 people there per game, on average. So it's not like the crowd won't be a factor. But again, I go back to we're spoiled.
I think Ole Miss could have close to 1,000 people there. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of support, especially in that Birmingham area.
Yeah.
A lot of Ole Miss alumni and people close to the state line that live in Mississippi are going to travel over there. So no, I think it's a good setup for fans to be able to go and watch some good baseball.
Brad, we appreciate it, buddy. Have fun in T-Town. We'll talk soon.
All right, my man. Yeah, sounds great. Thanks, Bo.
Brad Henderson, Ole Miss Baseball Network, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in T-Town. They'll go Hoagland, we think Nikhazy, and then Diamond. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. The show is brought to you by XL Water and Coffee. XL Water and Coffee. Water delivered to your door. Water delivered to your door. Wateratmydoor.com. Wateratmydoor.com. 50% off your initial order with promo code BOUNDS. That's wateratmydoor.com. They dropped off ours a couple of weeks ago. It's just fantastic to have. Hydrate, filtration, healthy, all the good stuff. XL Water and Coffee. Wateratmydoor.com. Promo code BOUNDS. Hour number 3. Coming up.